everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam Joker's Dart Gun Part 1, we got most of our whole handle assembly built and we started the barrel. Just started it, there's a lot to go, which is what we're going to do now in this episode, making an EVA foam Joker's Dart Gun Part 2. We're going to finish off this whole barrel assembly. We're going to get in here and put these metal rods in here and add on a bunch of the little details around the handle. A lot of work, but totally easy. So, if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Alright, we're going to bulk up all this foam so it totals 2.5 inches, which is like 60 millimeter. And alright, now we're going to knock that circle out on the scroll saw real quick. Alright, there we go. Good grief, man, that is a thick piece of foam. Holy smokes, man. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our sharpened brass tube, and all of these lines right here are going to be open slots with round ends. So we're going to come in and we're going to take our brass tube, we're going to line it up center over a line, just like that, and we're going to do all these on both ends. Alright, there we go. Now we're just going to go through here like you've seen us do before, and we're going to go from edge of circle to edge of circle all the way down the whole piece so that we can cut out our centers. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, now we're just going to go all the way down the whole line. Alright, there we go. They're all done. Now if you can see here, you get these little imperfections right here at the end of the circle. Alright, there we go. Pretty good. Not completely perfect, but no one will ever notice that. Okay, these edges of this piece, we want them to be beveled. So we'll put our knife right on our line, and we're going to tip our knife at an angle, and we're going to go right through on an angle like that. And remember what we always talk about when you're doing a wrap, is you want to cut a slight bevel cut at the end. Just slight. So we're going to tip our knife, we're going to do a slight little bevel cut, right? We have a bevel here, so we want to make a measurement. So here, we're going to come to our mark and we're going to bevel cut it. Alright, there we go. Alright. And don't forget the edge where it's going to make contact. And we're going to line it up all the way around. Just like that. Okay, now don't forget, no one's even going to see this side, but we'd like to be perfect around here, so let's try to do it. There we go. Pretty good. That is mighty cool. It's got the So we're going to go ahead and touch it down just inside our Sharpie mark. And then we're not going to just plop it down. We want to make sure we're where we want to be, right inside of our... There we go. Nice. Because you definitely don't want to just drop it down and it's crooked on the other side. That would not be good. Alright, now since this is going to come in right here and this piece is going to attach right down to the base, we've got this empty space in between, and what we're going to do with that is we're going to come in with this piece right here. We're going to make a little cradle for it to sit in. So this is an 1.5 inch thick piece, an 18 millimeter. We're going to knock that little cradle out on the bandsaw. All right, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. All right. Okay, next we're going to be sticking a 1 inch and a 3/8 inch together, which is 24 millimeter and 10 millimeter. Now we're going to take this piece of our template, bring it in. This is going to be the line that we bevel to, just like we did before on that other piece. We're just going to all right, there we go. Simple from line to line. Look at that. Wow. Carefully position it centered. Beautiful. Really cool. All right, let's keep going. All right, here's a 6 millimeter circle we're going to cut out. We're going to use our X-Acto. All right, perfect. We've got a 6 millimeter piece of foam. Now we're going to come in with this 4 millimeter foam dowel, and we are going to wrap it around. So we're just going to make a mark, just like that. All right, there's our mark. There we go. All right, now we're going to get the ends, because the ends are going to have to make contact. Stick this right in the center. Okay, there we go. We're stuck on. Our ends together, just like that. And then we'll push it down. Let's make sure. There. Just a little round edge right there. Nice. All right, let's move on to the next piece. All right, now we're going to create 2 of these circle details. Now we're going to do the exact same thing we did right here. All right, there we go. There's 2 more. Same technique. Now we're going to be taking this piece over to the scroll saw and cutting it out. All right, there we go. Perfect. Now this is going to come in and pop right on the end of here like this. All right, there we go. This is tough to get this centered, man. Let me tell you. Really cool. All right, check out these little strips. We took a 4 millimeter piece of foam, 4 millimeter, and we measured the distance from here to here, and we cut 6 strips like that. See that? No. Stick it down. All right, there we go. See that? Let's make a mark so we know it. All right, that one's stuck down. All right, there we go. There's 6 of them. Really nice. All right, perfect, man. Easy stuff, too. All right, now we've got yet another circle. It's a 4 millimeter. We're going to come to the inside line. We've got 2 lines drawn on here. We changed our mind after, decided to make it a little bit smaller. There we go, 1 spacer. Now we're going to come in for the very end piece. It's a 12 millimeter piece. We're going to cut it out, And then we're going to Dremel it to be round. Got our dust mask on. All right, there we go. Look at that. That is got had a blowout. All right, let's do this. Let's bring in our heat gun and let's seal this. All right, let's clean up first and then we'll attach it. Perfect. Perfect. All right, there we go. Look at that, man. Like, our base is going to attach right here, and our dowels are going to attach right here and follow this line around. So what we did was we created a template, just like that, and then you flip it just like that, so you know they're both going to be positioned exactly correctly. So what we can do is we can come in here and stick our base down first. Line our center mark up just like that. All right, now we're going to come in and we're going to start cementing our, what's going to be our little metal bars down. So what we're going to do, we're going to super glue these down. Really easy stuff. I'm just going to get a little bit of a line made just like that. Stick that down. Bend it around the corner and hold it just like that. There we go. Whoa, got a little drop there. Don't want that happening. All right, now we're going to be able to come in and we are going to get a little bead set down just like that, a little bit at a time. Now we're going to curve it around and hold it. So this comes up toward the front, and then we need to make a cut that's going to have to be on an angle just like that. All right, now the angle of this cut should match the angle around this bevel. So when we lay it down, ooh, nice. Bring it in, down to the end and up onto there, and then it's going to go right down. All right, now check that out. That is perfect. And if we roll it around and you look right there at our bevel, look at that. The end of the cord, we cut at the same angle as this bevel, so it fits right in there perfectly. Look. All right, there we go. There's both metal bars right there, and they've got the nice bevel cut right there, so they match right up with the bevel here. That is super tight, man. Super tight. All right, now we cut two little pieces of the same foam. We have an angle cut on both sides, and the reason we're doing that is this. We're going to be coming in down here at the bottom, and we cut our angle right here because we're going to stick on this bevel. We're going to stick on this bevel, and we're going to wrap it around, and we're going to stick to that tube right there like that. That's what we want. So really cool. Now, when this comes over to stick on there, look at those bars in the back. That's really cool. So here to here. All right, there we go. We got it in the center of both pieces. Let's give it a few minutes. Line up the edge of our base with the edge of our stand. Let's spin around. Do the same thing right there. All right. We've got the bottom of this cylinder stuck down to the base. Good grief, man. Check that out. That is insane. Wow. Look at that thing, man. Through here. Through there. Right there. And the same thing on this side. We're going to come in right from the edge. And we're going to make a cut right to that side. We're going to get our heat gun going, let it get heated up. We're going to open up that crease right there. And while we're at it, we'll heat seal real quick. All right, there we go. We're heat sealing. We've got our little crease right here that opened up, which is exactly what we wanted on both sides. Very cool. And we tightened up the foam all over this whole thing. Look at that, man. That is insane. Insane. All right, here we are. We're coming in with a 3mm piece of foam. As you can tell, we've used it for punching out a lot of little circles. We're going to do that again. Right there. All right, there you go. Got one right in the center. There. Rivets around the nozzle. All right, now here's our 6mm piece we're going to use for our trigger. There we go. Let's pop it out. Make a mark so we know it's going to be centered when we stick it down. Put super glue all over the back edge, just like that. Up in there. We've got a couple seconds because it's not contact cement, it's super glue. Nice. Look at that. All right, here's a little extra 4mm piece of foam. We're going to come in with our brass tube. Right there. Okay, now we're going to come in here with this foam dowel. Just like that. And then we're going to get the bottom of that wet. That's what we want. That actually might be a hair too long. So all right, there we go. Nice rounded off end. Now, all right, so now we're going to come in with our super glue we have down there, right? And we're going to hold it while it bonds. Sweet. All right, now we stuck that on in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be right there. So let's see if we can bring our knife through here. There we go. Get another 4mm plug. We still have some leftover super glue there. We'll come in and pop that right in the middle like that. There we go. Dip in that super glue there. But you saw how easy that was. We cut it off, cleaned up the bump with a Dremel, cut our base off, remade another base, and popped it on, and there we go. Perfect. All right, now what we did was our last little detail, which is right here, these little bars right here at the bottom. What we did was we cut two 4mm dowels with a straight end and a beveled end. And the reason we did that is because we want to come in here and get the straight end. All right, let it bond. Get that wet. And we're going to stick it right there, and we're going to hold it while it bonds. All right, there we go. Check that out. Now we've got these little metal bars down here, running through here, and curving up from the base to the nozzle. All right, so here we go. This last little detail, we have a leftover piece of our 12mm foam dowel, and we have a piece of 2mm foam here, and we drew out our little lines on here. Now what we're going to do with those is we're going to come in here with our wood burner to make sure it's hot. Oh yeah, it's hot all right. All right, there we go, just like that. Just like that. All right, now what we have is this. We created this cool little detail, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around just like that to create that cool switch for the back. So, all right, now we're going to wrap this around, and we are going to make our mark probably right about there, right? We're going to get a little bit of super glue down there and on the edge, and that way we can come in here, smooth it out, get some on the edge. All right, we got it on the edge right there, and just like that. That looks pretty darn good. Perfect. Nice. All right, there we go. Look at that nice little detail on there. Cool. All right, now we got this big, huge bit on here. All right, cool. There's one opening. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're totally making this up right now. All right. All right, there we go. That's what we wanted. Just like that. We wanted one nozzle kind of raised up a little bit and then three little whatever the heck they are is on the bottom. All right, we made that up. Cool though, check that out. That looks jammin'. Very cool. Wow. All right, so now with that weird little made up detail, that brings the build portion of our Joker's dart gun to a close. Wow, very cool, man. That thing turned out great. You saw us finish this whole barrel assembly, tons of circles. But as long as you're careful and you line things up, you're gold. And then we came in, we put in the little fake metal bars along the bottom. Really cool and really easy stuff. This was totally easy. That's about it. That concludes making an EVA foam Joker's Dart Gun Part 2. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.